Our personal work is about personal development, shared for your development, which then further helps our development. Two primary ways we do this is by always aiming to be brutally and soberingly honest, and also help you to get out of or not fall into cults, which are groups people get involved with which they can't leave without pain. These can be incomparably life-damaging and even in a Heaven's Gate or People's Temple case, life-ending. A cult is like a political party, except instead of policies, there is a rule that no one is allowed to ask questions, especially not about the leader's unpaid legal bills or golf scores, and we very much recommend the book Commander-in-Chief. A cult isn't just a group with strong beliefs, it's a social system built on unquestioning devotion to a leader, suppression of dissent, and very much emotional manipulation. Cults isolate members from opposing viewpoints, discourage critical thinking, and elevate a central figure to a near infallible status with loyalty to them being the highest virtue. Now, no patriotic, freedom lover can say what we just said in the year of our Lord, 2025, and not think of MAGA, which has a strange ability to rewrite reality in real time and exhibits classic cult behavior, and its opinions are now, unfortunately, on official United States government letterhead. At its core is an unwavering allegiance to Donald Trump, whose statements are treated as truth regardless of facts, evidence, or shifting narratives, and we mentioned the previous said book because it highlights that for decades, as an avid golfer, he has been lying and cheating at his golf game, a sport which, cause you're out there in large areas, sometimes solo, has a built-in honor system that he has always undermined by fabricating championships, using ball manipulation tactics, and least of all, an inflated handicap claim because he thinks since everyone must cheat in this game, I'll cheat even more. And the professional golf community has basically known this for decades, and it's a metaphor for everything else in his life. Like many cults, MAGA offers an idiocracy-flavored us-versus-them worldview, appeals to a sense of victimhood and righteousness, and thrives on emotional resonance over factual coherence. It builds identity around beliefs in a single leader rather than shared principles or policies. In short, MAGA functions as a personality cult, complete with merch, mantras, and disdain for dissent. Critics, whether spiritualists, journalists, scientists, or even former allies, are branded as enemies or traitors. The leader is always right, that's rule number one, and if the leader is wrong, see rule number one. Anyone who disagrees is a demon, a deep state agent, or your cousin who stopped talking to you after Thanksgiving 2016. When their leader fire hoses lies, they swallow them up. When he changes positions, they adapt. When he contradicts himself, they rationalize. And the Kool-Aid, it's orange from bronzer. On a micro level, having spent time in the alternate media space, watching friends and past collaborators lead people into, or they themselves get Joker spiral sucked into this, has been deeply, deeply disappointing to us. On a macro level, watching the world's largest podcaster go from stoned ape theory advocate and cannabis enthusiast to oligarchic ball gargler and red cult advocate has also been deeply disappointing to us. If you had asked 14-year-old Niles in the 1990s about Trump, we would have told you almost instantaneously, transparently obvious con man and classless, trashy rich guy. And due to our development, we're proud to say we haven't had to reverse track on that. So, how can 14-year-old version of us be so spot on while millions of others are so wrong? It's a complicated answer, but it's done through explaining matters of what's called undue influence, combined with what the supposed deep state is and how it relates to American empire. So, like many series we pepper in over time, we're going to be doing another series on cult programming, primarily highlighting this flag-waving, grudge-holding, golden toilet-adoring cult of personality whose goal is always to make America worse.